In the beginning, there were only regular fights. Simple and mundane tiffs between humans and other things. But as the things learned to fight back, something new was created. The boss fight. The boss fight increased in difficulty, all the way to nightmare mode. Soon, there was no hope for the mere mortal human. But then, the greatest sage and greatest battle master started to share their wisdom with others. You're now about to listen to that wisdom. The great wisdom of Austin and Aubrey.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Boss Fight with Austin and Aubrey. I am Austin.
And I am Aubrey.
You made it to the session. Hello, welcome. You found us.
It is a little strange that you found our addresses and that you're at both addresses at the same time, because we do not record in the same place.
Yeah, it's weird. You sort of managed to get into the studio when there was no studio to begin with.
You're a very impressive human being, and we just wanted to let you know that.
We appreciate you and all you do for this podcast and the laws of physics. Anyway, Aubrey, why don't you tell our loyal listener, even though they most certainly already know, what exactly this show is?
Oh, of course. Boss Fight with Austin and Aubrey is an advice show where we, the greatest sage and greatest battle master of all time, give you the tips, tricks, and strategies you need to defeat the biggest boss fights in your life.
So, I, through no fault of my own, obtained a Fitbit this past week.
Did you win it in a contest?
I won it in a contest of sorts. It was like an internal office thing, and my name got drawn. So I have a Fitbit now. And the reason I never bought a Fitbit is because I didn't...
Because the first half of the word?
Yeah,
the
really,
part?
that was intimidating. Like, I didn't need the kind of insight into my physical sort of state that I have now. Because since I have had the Fitbit, I have not once reached the 10,000 step goal. It's supposed to keep you, like, accountable, and it's supposed to be, like, this great resource.
But really, it's just a thing on your wrist that's telling you that you're lazy and not good enough. And you're gonna die an early death.
It's like, hey, you should get up and move. And then I go to the bathroom, and it's like, yeah, you did it. And I'm like, yep, sure did.
Is there a sarcasm setting on that where your Fitbit can just be very passive-aggressive about how you haven't moved in a long time? And then when you do, and you only go a short distance, it's just like, oh, to the kitchen, huh, fatty? Or, oh, congratulations, you expended this much energy while you took a shit.
Yeah, I think if the newest iteration of Fitbit doesn't have that feature, I don't know what kind of improvements they actually are making. Because that seems first on the list to me. So they've already got, like, a lot of hardware in it for the purposes of, like, keeping track of whatever. Can you also just get, like, a little taser kind of setting? So it's like a shock thing. So you have shock therapy where it's like if you don't get up and move, it's like, hey, bzz, get up, bzz, go run.
And then it actually helps you become fit. It just pumps chemicals into your body, the shock therapy, whatever it is. I just think that right now in its branding state, it's saying, hey, we're going to tell you how fit you are, but it doesn't help you become more fit.
So you're telling me that akin to diabetics pricking their finger to get a reading, you want this Get Fit to prick your wrist to put steroids into your system so you get big.
Why not? It's a change of pace. Every brand goes through a little bit of a slump every once in a while, right? I'm sure Fitbit sales aren't doing as well as they were when they first took off, and they were all the craze. Now they need to be all the roid rage, and that'll be the big change.
So I I saw this video. It was a documentary kind of it may have just been like a news segment about these people who were part of this group that were actively like using steroids when working out to like pump up their business. And I watched it and I was like, growing up around sports and hearing about all these like scandals, right, with steroids, I just assumed that steroids blanket were like illegal, right? Mm-hmm. So these people just like casually like pump themselves up with these good workout juices, and I'm like, you can do that? Like you can just get stuff and put it in you, and then your muscles get big. I don't know. It was so wild to me that was just a thing that you could do, as long as you didn't. I guess it's like, it's kind of like Wishes in Fairly Odd Parents. Like, you can have whatever you want, you just can't like cheat and win a contest.
Yeah. You can't. You have to be a natural athlete, but if you're just doing it to look bigger, then go for it.
Yeah, like you can just, you like Joe Schmo can pump up the jam, pump it up. That's perfectly fine, I guess. I don't know. It seems weird to me.
But not for competition reasons. Not for the Olympics.
No, of course not. Now, but here's what I'm saying. Maybe I want my athletes to be in peak physical condition, whatever that takes, because that makes for better spectators, right? Like you get to see the absolute pinnacle of the human physique and what we can do. Like, why is there no exoskeleton racing?
Is it the pinnacle of human physicality if you're doing it in a non-natural way?
Well, okay, but like other sports, you get on some skis, you go down a mountain, that's machines. You get in a bobsled, you go down a track. Why can't? What I'm saying is, why did they get the assistance for their sport?
Because otherwise the sport wouldn't exist.
But that's what I'm saying. Why is a sport allowed to exist?
Well, break it down. How many sports don't have equipment in them? Basketball.
That's what I'm saying.
Needs a ball.
Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line?
Pretty easily. It's steroids.
I think this is where we disagree.
Okay, so if you're here to celebrate the most impressive athletic human beings on the planet, you're at the Olympics. This is where you are at. You get there by putting in the work, and that's why it's so celebrated, is because these people worked so damn hard to get to the Olympics. As soon as you say, oh yeah, you guys can totally use these drugs, maybe if every single person used them, it would be less of an issue, but if it's like cool, that's why it's considered cheating. That's what I'm trying to say. It's considered cheating because so many people put in the effort, and that's what we're trying to celebrate. And these people didn't do so much work because they used steroids and so on and so forth. All I'm saying is it's right to make steroids illegal for competitions. That's all I'm saying.
So, thank you for answering my very incredibly serious question with a very serious response.
I had to put a stop to it. I can't let people think that I'm some kind of monster that condones cheating.
Here's my compromise. Olympics as is. Celebration of peak physicality, natural athleticism, hard work, determination, for all the marbles.
Pee-wee sports. Use them all you want.
Oh, that's not what I was going to say, but that would be hilarious. What I'm going to say is that in the off years that the Olympics are not, you have the sort of steroid games where just the most pumped up, jacked, biologically engineered specimens compete in like inhuman challenges. Like, don't get them near the Olympics. Like, no sir. But maybe I don't know, maybe there's a market for that. Like, you just see some 500 pounds of muscle blob like pick up a boulder and smash it on his head.
I can do that. Yes. I'm not saying I can smash a boulder over my head. What I'm saying is I'm down for the idea of the roid games.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just need to watch like professional wrestling, and I'll get my fix that way.
Maybe. Anyways, you want a question?
Yeah, I do.
Dear Austin and Aubrey, my coworkers pranked me by filling my office with balloons. I know who was responsible for this and want to return the favor. How should I respond? And that is from Gmail.
Office pranks are very good. Like I love office pranks. I think they're fun. It's a celebration of camaraderie. You know, office culture is shifting to be not so fucking 9 to 5 and boring, which I thoroughly enjoy as someone who currently works in an office. I don't know, balloons? That's been done before, right? You gotta come up with something original. Like, really put your mark on this prank. So they know that you are not someone to be trifled with, prank-wise.
Well, okay, so if you want to one-up them, and they put balloons in your office, can you not just put one giant balloon in their office that takes up the entire space? Like a hot air balloon?
Can you put their office in a balloon?
Could you put their office in a hot air balloon? And then when they sit down at their desk, all of a sudden everything moves and they're in the middle of the air and there's nothing they can do about it.
Now let's assume that this person doesn't have just like a hot air balloon on standby. What kinds of things can we do that are creative with things you might normally find in an office, or things that you don't have to have special connections or a black market fence to get a hold of?
Take everything off of their desk and then draw the items on their desk as if they're still there. So when they try to pick things up, they just touch the desk. Or they think that it got morphed into the desk and they're very confused now.
Ooh, yeah, get like those like really good 3D artists. Yes. I've got is that a skill that you have? Just
offhand, go for it.
Yeah, because if you could do that, then do that. That one's good.
Speaking of drawing, you know, the old Wile E. Coyote kind of thing where you just kind of draw their door onto a wall and then kind of cover their door or windows with a picture of the wall, and they try to go through the door, but then they just run into it and they can't figure out what happened to their door.
Yes, but then you go up and you walk right through it.
Yeah, no problem.
Because that happens
in the
cartoons.
cartoons.
For some reason, I never figured that one out.
It's because there's a magical barrier over it that says Roadrunners only, no coyotes. So then that way, Wile E. Coyote still can't get through, but Roadrunner can because he placed an enchantment over it.
Yeah, how many enchantments do you know? Like, can you... I'm not saying you need to curse your coworker's office, but I am saying you do need to enchant it in some kind of way.
Where everything's on fire, but it doesn't feel like it's on fire when you touch it.
Now, you don't...
He'll panic. So will everybody else in the office, and you'll have to deal with that. But the first look on his face, wow.
Yeah, make sure you get that on camera, because that's going to go viral. Can you enchant all of the stuff in the office to, like, ignore gravity? Like, it just floats around? Like, so they walk in the office and they look for their stapler, and it's just, like, bouncing off the walls, and it's floating, and they gotta go up and get it.
Yeah, make his office an anti-gravity chamber, even though that would actually make it very, very fun to work. And very, I don't know, probably aggravating, but very fun at the same time.
Yeah, fun for sure.
And that's not a prank if it's fun.
Well, I feel like the best pranks are fun, right? Like,
for
ha,
you,
what a good prank,
I guess
so silly.
Could you enchant all of the items to talk shit about him to his face? I know that's kind of just mean, but it would be very fun to hear the stapler's take on the person that always uses it to staple things.
Yeah, I want to know what the keyboard has to say about their words per minute.
You know, you most use key on this keyboard is the backspace button, right? You do understand that, don't you?
Hey, sometimes when you press the Z key, you don't also have to press Control.
Jesus Christ, how long has it been since you clipped your nails? These things are dirty. My God, they're stabbing me, and I'm made of plastic.
The spacebar has dust and Cheez-Its all over it. Fix it. I'm so dirty.
It's weird how your fingers just naturally want to spell out Pornhub when you can't click the P word first.
Hey, by the way, you know there's an incognito tab for that shit, right? Real talk, though, can you get, like, a little microphone/speaker and, like, plant it in the keyboard? So, like, it sounds like you have insight as to what they're doing, and you just talk shit about them all the time, and they're like, where the fuck is this coming from?
You want another question?
Hit me.
Dear Austin and Aubrey, how hard must one throw an apple at the doctor to keep him away? So, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. You know.
Yeah, everyone knows the saying.
You take the apple, the doctor walks up, knocks on your door, says, I'm here for your daily checkup, because that's what doctors do. And you go away, doctor! And you throw an apple at him. Really hard. But how hard do you have to throw one at the doctor to make sure he never comes back ever again?
I don't know. I guess if you want to ensure they're going to go away, that might... Some of these doctors are persistent, right?
They always show up. Always.
They're always at your house every single day, and unless you got an apple, I mean, you're done. You're getting your reflexes checked.
I mean, are you sure that you're not... I mean, you're supposed to hand the apple to the doctor. It's a bribe. Doctors take apples as bribes.
Oh, is that what that means?
That's what it's supposed to mean.
They're basically coming to collect their insurance.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the doctor. It's time for your colonoscopy, unless you got some of that good sweet fruit.
That's a nice immune system you got there. Be a shame if something were to happen to it. So say you got so Aubrey, obviously apple a day keeps the doctor away. What if you only got one apple, right? It has to be a different apple every time, right?
Well, you could clone the apples indefinitely. Just get him one big apple like James and the Giant Peach, but it's James and the Giant Apple.
Yeah, but make sure it's not Red Delicious. Like, no one's buying that.
Make it a good apple.
Yeah, get him that Honey Crisp.
And it's just one big apple, and tell him to live in there. Tell him to go away, Doctor Man. Get in the apple, live with a giant spider and worm. Do you think that doctor had an underground apple cider operation that he was doing, and that's why he keeps trying to extort you for apples?
Oh, shit. Wait, that's gotta be it, right?
Why else would he do it?
He's got like a black market cidery.
That you gotta get in and take down. Congratulations, This is your first big gig. I know you've been on the force for a very long time. The Austin and Aubrey boss fight force. This is your chance to get in there and take down the big apple cider ring.
Yeah, on behalf of everyone at the AABFF, it's up to you. You must infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier. Right?
So first you have to get really, really good about talking about apple ciders. So let's run you through a crash course. Austin, you have to lead because you drink way more cider than I do.
Hey, cider's good. Fuck off.
I'm not saying that it's bad. What I'm saying is you drink more of it than I do.
I did just go to a cidery the other night.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that you're like weaker of a person because you drink cider, because cider's damn good. I just also happen to like a lot of different beers and other alcoholic beverages, so when we go out and I'm in a new place, because that's typically where I am when we have beers, I just get a different type of local beer because I'll never have it again, more than likely. And you like ciders. It's just a difference in taste.
Okay, so in order to prepare you for your big mission, you got to know about cider. So let's talk crash course. Cider, spoiler alert, doesn't just have to be apples. Like, you can have other ciders, right? Like, novel concept, but like pear, that can be cider. Pineapple, yeah, you bet, that could be cider.
You come at the doctor dealer with a new type of cider that he could be producing to expand his market.
That's your in, exactly.
That's your in.
You bring that dude a handful of blackberries and say, "You see these right here? That's cider."
You don't even have to turn into an alcohol. This is cider right here.
Right here. He's going to be intrigued. He's going to let you in, and then boom, you're part of the operation. Now, it's very important that you remember your mission and you don't get sidetracked by the lucrative business that you are now a part of.
Don't get cider tracked. Don't do it.
So yeah, you're in there like swimwear. You're making the cider. You're gathering the evidence. Then what you gotta do? You can take down the doctor and expose him for his black market cider making and put him in jail, but you haven't dismantled the cider operation. You have to systematically take down the inner workings of this to ensure that it never comes back, right?
Now, alternate idea. What if the cider's like really good? Like really, really good. Very tasty. Great alcohol content. And it's just a good product.
Damn, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, what if it's a good product? Because, and the only thing that's missing, you drink the cider and you go, these apples were taken in fear, not from love. They were gathered through fear. And that's the only missing ingredient, is that if you got these apples and blackberries and pears and pineapples from love, it'd be the ultimate product.
Can we turn this into sort of a redemption arc where the doctor sees the error of his ways and he puts his talents to good use and starts sort of, okay, what I'm saying is you've got a Monsters Inc. on your hands, right? Like, he is trying to extract the fear of apples to make his good cider. But what you actually need to do is make them laugh.
Yeah, you need the Laughing Apple Cider Company.
Yeah, you just gotta tickle those apples.
When you make an apple laugh so hard that you extract the apple juice to make the cider, which is kind of what I assume happens.
Right.
Do they vomit it up? Do they laugh? Do you have to make them laugh so hard that they vomit?
No, it's piss.
That's way better.
Yeah, you laugh.
So there's
they
fear
laugh so
piss,
hard.
and then there's laughter
exactly.
piss from apples.
And everyone knows you get way more piss from laughter than you do from fear.
Hey, you want some of this apple piss, alcoholic apple piss that I got here? It came from it's laughter piss. It's not fear piss. Don't worry about that.
If there is not a cider company that has a cider called Apple Piss,
I will be severely disappointed in the world.
No, I did not mean apple pie cider. I meant apple piss cider. All right, well, I know what my next project is. You got another question over there?
Dear Austin and Aubrey, what is the strangest item I can ship to my brother for Christmas without getting on some kind of list?
A couple follow-ups here, and it's very hard to get your input on this because you're just listening and you're not actually here with us at the time that we're answering this question. So shame on you for not giving us all the information that we require. But is this a habit for you? And you're like, do you and your brother have this back and forth where you try to do this stuff every year, or is this just like a whim that you're chasing this year?
17 bottles of mustard, and not the good kind.
Yeah, just like fucking French's yellow
mustard.
Mustard.
Yes, French's yellow mustard. 17 bottles of it in one bag.
I don't know. I feel like that's not weird. That's just mean.
You'll also... Well, it says on any type of list, right? So you're not going to get on a list of you're a bad person. You will also be off of the list that is titled People I Want to Give Gifts to for Christmas.
True.
And he said any type of list. So that's a way to do it. Maybe you put packing peanuts into the box that's already filled with packing peanuts, and then when he gets there, you can just be like, oh no, they forgot the gift. Or alternatively, you could just be like, nah man, that's your gift.
Yeah, and when you're pressed on it and asked why you got them packing peanuts, and say, well, like, boxes always come with a bunch of packing peanuts. I thought people liked that stuff.
They're fun to play with.
Yeah. Kitties get in there all the time.
Right after Christmas dinner, say, oh, I got you this gift. And then when he opens it up, it's free cooking classes. And you go and you say, this is my thank you for the meal. And then you just walk away.
Nice. That's a big dunk. And yeah, make sure. But but you don't want to ship that one, right? You want to unleash that one in front of the family.
Yeah, that'd be
and dunk on them. It'd be a good old Christmas dunk. Okay, so can you just like fill a box full of water?
Well, it can't be cardboard.
No, it could. You get like a cooler or something. No, don't fill it with water. Fill it with fucking Shasta. Now that would be a gift. If somebody got me a cooler full of Shasta, first of all, I would think that's hilarious. Second of all, how could they possibly have gotten this much Shasta in 2018? Can you send your brother family photos, but it's you with like another family? And be like, hey, so glad we're all part of this crazy family. And they look at that and they're like, who are these people? Have I missed something? Like, did we get a new family? By the way, Shasta does seem like a good choice because you can get a case of 12-ounce cans of Shasta for $6 at Dollar Tree, and that just feels like a good deal. So,
could you hire a very, very large man to kick down his door on Christmas Day and let him know that he's a wizard? Take him on an incredible journey where a noseless man tries to kill him every year for 7 years in a row?
Well, and the best part about that is that you don't have to get him a gift for the next 7 years. I don't know, just like a bunch of sausage.
Have you got him a very, very long sausage link chain that the more he pulls out, it gets past the point of, oh, that should be enough sausages, to how many goddamn sausages are there in here? Because
yeah, it's like that old magic trick where they pull the ribbon out of their mouth, but it's sausages all the way.
And he just keeps pulling them out of the package. That's because there's an infinite amount of sausages in there. You've given him a literal lifetime supply of sausages.
Because what you've actually shipped him is a Pandora's box.
Do you know what the myth of Pandora is?
I'm vaguely familiar.
I don't think it held an infinite amount of things. Right? Didn't it just hold all the bad things and then all...
No, I'm pretty sure it was like all sausage.
It was Pandora the Butcher's box. Had a bunch of sausage in it. And also hope at the bottom of it. After all the sausage was released on the world, they still had hope. What's the worst thing you could hand to somebody as an infinite supply for Christmas?
Toddlers.
You just... one toddler that's holding on to the next toddler's ankle. And you just pull them out, and there's more and more toddlers. It's like that monkey in a barrel game where you have to save all of the toddlers. And just, I like that.
Yeah, you link those toddlers together in a fun, whimsical chain, and then you have to feed them all and change their diapers.
Yeah, well, that's all we have for today. Thank you for listening to Boss Fight with Austin and Aubrey. You can find us, of course, on Twitter. That's Boss Fightcast. You can send your questions in to bossfightcast@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page, all kinds of things, as we are a part of the Positive Thoughts Podcasting Network. You can find all of that at positivethoughts.com, PODSITIVE thoughts.com, and that's what we got for you.
Thank you to my brother Adam for his excellent voiceover work for our intro.
Yes,
Appreciate
yes.
bud.
Love you, Adam.
And exciting news, we're going to be at PodCon coming up in January. Very exciting. So, you know.
We have stickers there. Come get a sticker.
Yeah, come fly in for a sticker.
Well, if you live in Seattle, just show up and we'll give you a sticker and we'll talk to you.
You can just do that.
And we'll have a good laugh. It'll be a good time.
And I'll be revealing my new apple piss cider product. So I'll have some samples to taste there as well.
Yes, good apple piss.
I think that's all we got.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, make sure you keep updated on all things Positive Thoughts. We're coming up with some new stuff, and I think you're gonna like it.
This has been Boss Fights with Austin and Aubrey.
I'm Austin.
And I am Aubrey. And don't forget, punches and poisons. So apple piss, huh? Do you think that could be a line of apple piss, apple vomit, apple tears, apple...
I was thinking more along the lines of, like, apple piss, blueberry piss.
Yeah, that's good.
And then you can have like a mulled wine that was like diarrhea.